A lot has happened, huge update, a lot of meltdowns. What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't been on here for a really long time. I am still in Portland. I have been here since I think like the 18th or something like that, and it is now the 26th. So we've been here for a good time for Grant's birthday, stuff like that, but I have been behind on my vlogs and I apologize. A lot has happened, huge update, a lot of meltdowns, but I am going to try to cover everything that has been going on, make it as simple as possible, and if you guys have any questions, you obviously can't ask me here, leave it in the comments below. I'm so used to doing lives that I'm like, yeah, ask any questions that you have, and then I like wait and there's no one there. Let's get started. My hormone rebalancing journey update. So made some notes just because a lot's happened and I want to make sure that I'm giving out as much information and advice as I can for people that are currently going through this and just want an alternative approach to what they're already doing if they're not finding any results from it. So lately I've been experiencing no bloating, no indigestion at all. I am intuitive eating, but I'm making sure at the same time that my intake is adequate. So, you know, if it's a rest day or something like that, I'm fine with like 2,000 to 2,200 calories. But on a day where I'm like training, it can be anywhere from 2,200 to 2,400. It just depends. And obviously things get in the way, like Thanksgiving and stuff, where I do want to eat, but I eat until I'm full. And, you know, if I want to indulge a little bit, I do. I don't put any restrictions on myself. I literally am trying to listen to my body as best as possible while also like sticking within that range, because I don't plan on continuing to gain weight. I'm not exactly comfortable in this weight, but I know that being where I'm at right now, I should not focus on the way that I look or the scale. I should really just continue to focus on how I feel. So there's been no symptoms whatsoever, like at all, which is awesome. And I still don't have a cycle. So, I mean, this is something that's probably going to take a lot longer than I think to come back. But yeah, still no cycle yet. I weighed in this morning. This was my second check-in of the month. Last week I was at 143 pounds and 143.8 pounds, and this morning I'm at 143. So I've gone down a little bit, obviously, like less sweets and stuff like that this week. And I like do remember indulging on a few things, but like keeping mindful of like how much I did of that and not going crazy. So that definitely helped. And yeah, so I'm down almost a pound just from, I guess, chilling the fuck out and enjoying myself and listening to my body. So that's always a good sign. But again, like, even though this is like the heaviest I've been in a while, like, I'm not focusing on that at all. I'm really just focusing on how good I'm feeling at the moment. So that happened. I also reached out to my former coach. Her name's Fokken. I will link all of her stuff in the description box. But she is absolutely amazing. I've built a phenomenal relationship with her. I worked with her for 5 years. And after I wasn't getting a lot of answers from my naturopath and kind of being like dicked around, I reached out to her and was like, listen, like, I know you went through similar issues before you got pregnant with Easton, her son, and she had a lot of adrenal fatigue issues, and I just had already trusted her so much. So I was like, hey, you know, what have you tried? Like, what do you think I should do? Like, based on my blood tests that have come back, and like none of my levels have gone up with the hormone medication. So what should I do now? And she recommended that I take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C in the morning, post-training, and before bed. This was something that my doctor had already suggested, but I wasn't really getting a lot of, and I kind of was like slacking on taking it. And vitamin C basically combined with like B6 and B12 that you can get from like some animal protein, but mostly you have to take it orally, and I do take that through the supplement company that I'm affiliated with. They have like a women's pack, and it's morning and night, so it's like it comes in a little, like, they're attached to each other, and it's super convenient. So B6 I don't think is in there, but B12 definitely is. And this helps increase estrogen in the body. So I started also eating like lemons whole, and the skin combined with like the citrus vitamin C. It's a ton of vitamin C packed in one. So you're not just getting like whatever's in the capsule. You're getting obviously a lot more because you're eating like an entire lemon. And yeah, I mean, Grant had suggested that to me, and I've been doing that ever since. So I think that I'm getting a lot more vitamin C than I'm used to. So I've been trying my best to like eat like half a lemon in the morning, and then like post-training and before I go to bed a little bit more. And also just putting a lemon at the bottom of your water bottle for like the whole day, to have like lemon water like ongoing throughout the day is just like super convenient and awesome. So been doing that too. Second thing she recommended was vitamin D. So it's like 50,000 units a week, or 5,000, not 50,000. 5,000 units a week, so that's about like one capsule a day, and I just take it right in the morning when I take all of my other stuff. And from what I researched, vitamin D regulates estrogen, it keeps calcium levels balanced, and it increases the activity of an enzyme that produces estrogen called aromatase. So vitamin D is super hard to get, especially when we're going to move back to Portland. We're not in the natural sunlight most of the time. Like a day like today, it's like super, super gloomy out. And this is like very typical of the Pacific Northwest. So I'm going to try to, wow, I'm really hot in here. Hold on. 3, she recommended Siberian ginseng, so about 100 to 200 milligrams in the morning and post-training. So I actually just got back from my workout, and I have to take literally all of what I'm reading off to you. So like I said in the beginning, it's really hard, especially for me, to sit in a really awkward way. To have like a routine down and just like mindlessly like get home, like unpack my stuff, have a shake, and maybe like a meal a little while after, and then like just totally forget to take medicine. So it's like something you have to like be patient with and try to get down a routine as best as possible. But Siberian ginseng is responsible for so much shit. It's basically an adaptogen, which means it helps the body literally adapt to stress placed on the body. So I took out caffeine, which I did a whole Facebook Live about, and I will get to in a little bit. But caffeine basically adds on even more stress to your body than exercise is already doing, and like your day-to-day stresses. So like building our business and like dealing with clients and stuff like that, is already like a mental stress. So even though we love to do it, there are things that come up and like tight deadlines and stuff like that. So Siberian ginseng kind of like regulates all of that, and it limits how high your cortisol levels go up. So it also helps regulate the distribution and release of adrenal hormones, which mine are completely damaged, and it helps strengthen the adrenals. And it increases energy, since I'm no longer getting that energy from caffeine, which I don't even know how I'm still like functioning and talking and blinking. But anyway, decaf life. And Siberian ginseng has the power to increase libido, which your sex drive is obviously super, super low when you're not producing estrogen, your testosterone is low. So it helps with that. And then everyone's happy. So lastly, phosphatidylserine, which it took me literally 10 minutes or so or more to try to pronounce that for YouTube audience. But I'm supposed to take 200 milligrams post-training and before bed. And phosphatidylserine is basically effective for combating exercise-induced stress. So kind of like the Siberian ginseng, where it takes the mental stress and physical stress that you've been putting on your body through exercise. Obviously, me with an extensive amount of training, like 5 or 6 years worth, building up to my prep, which kind of multiplied that by 10 or 20. And it helps prevent further increases in cortisol, and exercise, mental stress leads to low testosterone levels and a rapid heart rate. So it allows, like, it mitigates like all of that. So last but not least, no caffeine. I did a whole like breakup video on live and scared the shit out of everybody on Facebook that Grant and I were breaking up, and we really weren't. It was just me and caffeine. And so far the first couple days were probably the toughest because I started to get actual headaches from not having caffeine. So what I did was, rather than go cold turkey, I remember like the day that I wanted to start cutting it out, or I literally had gotten this email from my doctors and had heard from Amber literally confirming everything. I just slowly started to take it out. So I had like 1 cup of coffee in the morning, had a little bit later in the afternoon, and then was like done. Whereas like before I'd have like 2 or 3 cups in the morning and then like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So yeah. Guys, I went to fashion school, so literally like we were pumping coffee in our veins, and yeah, so no caffeine, and I'm fine with that. Basically, caffeine just adds to the stress that you're already placing on your body, because obviously I didn't stop training, and it just raises your cortisol levels even more, and it weakens your adrenal glands so much. So also, another thing that I was advised by Amber and also just by other people I've been talking to is to cut out as much cardio as I can. So before I was doing at least like 1 day of HIIT a week and like 2 steady state sessions, 2 or 3, and now it's like only when Grant and I go on walks or we're just like walking around, like you know, whatever I would have gotten from my meet. And I'm just trying to like stay patient and not freak out about it, because this isn't like a weight loss journey. This is getting her lady eggs back to normal. And yeah, so I am trying to be as patient as possible. That is like all of the updates that I have. I will link all of the references of the articles that I got this information from, studies that I was reading about Siberian ginseng, and like how they placed it on like 10 male athletes and 10 non-male athletes that only did a little bit of exercise, and its effects, and it all seems to be super positive. So I'm willing to see where this goes and if it affects my blood work. But guys, just wherever you are in this journey, whether you're rebalancing your hormones, losing weight, increasing muscle mass, it all comes down to you listening to your body and being so patient with yourself. So guys, that's about it for me. I will see you in the next episode on trading bikini for balance. All right, guys.